Sammy Guevara.
What the fuck is happening with Sammy Guevara? Alright, you guys, so, I was watching last day's AEW Dynamite. It was a really good show. Loved it. 3rd anniversary, 3rd year of Dynamite being on the air. It was a really good show. And the main event was Bryan Danielson and Daniel Garcia versus Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. Now, you might be saying, well, it's just some random match and it's whatever. Well, during that match, Sammy Guevara has one of the most legitimate boos I've heard in a long time. Now, I mean Roman Reigns being pushed our throats 2016 type of boos. Like boos that nobody wanted to see Sammy Guevara. He could do a 360, 720 splash and people will still hate on Sammy Guevara. And I think that's what he did too. So that was amazing. But why is Sammy Guevara getting this much hate? What's happening with him? Well, apparently Sammy Guevara has gone into another beef with someone else. And that person is Andrade El Idolo, Andrade Cien Almas. You might know him from WWE. So yeah, apparently there's some heat with those two guys. So I'm about to pull up one of the tweets. The first tweet, apparently Andrade has heard that Sammy has like problems with him. According to Sammy, it was because he stiffed him when they were having one of the matches or whatever. And Andrade said that we already patched everything up, so he didn't know there was any problem. And here comes Andrade with this tweet. He said, "I said it to your face if you had a problem with me and you said nothing. I won't beat your ass because I'm a professional. Don't be scared. When I say something, I name names and I'm not scared to get fired." That's what Andrade said, because apparently Andrade wants to leave AEW, potentially go back to WWE. And so here comes Sammy Guevara. He says, "You didn't say shit to me, you liar, but here's some truth, you ungrateful prick. You would be jobless if it wasn't for your dad-in-law. Are you really mad at me or mad at yourself for failing to get over for a second time? Just go back to the WWE like we all know you want to do and fuck off." So that's Sammy Guevara's response. And here's Andrade's response. All this happened around Monday, Tuesday, probably Wednesday in the afternoon. And Andrade responds with, "Okay, I'm a liar. See you on Wednesday. I'll tell you to your face again. And nothing you say that you do not have any problem." So apparently he's saying it's on site. So it seems that there's more problem. It's not just the CM Punk and the Elite situation, which I'm going to make a video about because it literally happened when my computer broke and I want to talk about it just as much as I want to talk about this part. There's just so much I want to talk about. So apparently Sammy Guevara has problems with Andrade. I don't know what the issue was, but apparently Andrade was also in AEW this Wednesday night and they sent him home. Tony Khan sent Andrade home, but Sammy Guevara still participated in the main event. So that's why a lot of people were booing Sammy. A lot of people were hating on Sammy. If you go on the Twitter, if you go on the timeline, people hate Sammy Guevara. He's hated in the TL. People hate Sammy Guevara. So he's like enemy number 1 right now. And it seems it's Sammy Guevara versus the AEW Galaxy. Like, what is happening with Sammy Guevara? He's getting hated all around. And I'll talk about some of the theories later on. But this isn't the first time that's happened. And it's funny because it happened literally last month with Eddie Kingston. Remember Eddie Kingston and Sammy Guevara had a little bit of problems when Sammy Guevara cut that promo calling Eddie Kingston a fat piece of shit. And Eddie Kingston was like, "Hey bro, I don't appreciate that. I don't like it." Sammy Guevara of course got heated and said I can say whatever I want. And Eddie Kingston shoved Sammy Guevara, and apparently both of those two guys got suspended. Originally they were gonna have a match at AEW All Out 2022, but that got canceled into the mixed tag match and Eddie Kingston versus Tomohiro Ishii. But apparently there was some issues there. They finally did have a match with Eddie Kingston technically winning, but Sammy Guevara won due to technicality. So it was kind of a slap to the face. Even though Eddie Kingston did win, it probably would have been better if Eddie Kingston won the match, but it is what it is. So apparently Sammy Guevara is the Shawn Michaels of this generation. There's even trending right now, fire Sammy and Tony Khan, because a lot of people are saying, why isn't Tony Khan showing this, Tony Khan showing such favoritism to Sammy Guevara? What's happening? Why is Sammy Guevara honestly getting these free passes and not getting as disciplined as the Elite, CM Punk or Andrade? What's happening with this? And a lot of people are saying that they're in this relationship. Sammy Guevara has some blackmail on Tony Khan, but I think I kind of know what Tony Khan is doing. I'll talk about it in a little bit, but yeah, Sammy Guevara is giving me Shawn Michaels 90s vibes, where he could do whatever he wants, he could say whatever he wants because he's that guy over there. But that's the thing, that's the difference, is that Shawn Michaels, he's the guy. He was the main event next to Bret Hart and The Undertaker. He's the the guy. He was the guy of the company at the time, while Sammy Guevara isn't even in the main event technically. He's like, I would say, the 15th important person in AEW, even without the Elite and CM Punk. So that's not even, you know, I don't know why Sammy Guevara has this like such big ego right now, where he's in this big ego trip of saying he could do whatever he wants. If you have problems, do whatever you want. But yeah, but here are my theories on what's happening right now. The first one, that I guess Sammy Guevara thinks he could get as much heat as possible to create interest in the matches. I could definitely see that happening because it makes things interesting. You know, at that time, Sammy Guevara had that beef with Eddie Kingston, and the whole CM Punk Elite stuff happened, and that got a lot of interest. So maybe that was part of the problem. But at the same time, it was happening around the same time, and I think even earlier. So I don't know what Sammy Guevara's, you know, thinking right now. Another theory is that Andrade is probably going to leave the WWE. Apparently he's, you know, he hasn't been booked amazingly ever since Cody Rhodes left. You know, they started the Facción Ingobernable, but that one just, it didn't work. It was horrible. In my opinion, I think Rush is going to do way better as a single star in the mid card. You know, I could definitely see him have bangers with Wardlow, Jay Lethal, Jungle Boy, Darby Allin, Ricky Starks, those type of guys. He could definitely have great matches with those guys. Heck, he's had great matches with Jon Moxley and Hangman Page. So I could definitely see Rush being a top, you know, upper mid card guy where he could win the mid card title and challenge for the world title. I could definitely see him do that. But Andrade, it's like he's been misused, you know. Remember, he had Chavo Guerrero as his manager, then he had Vicky Guerrero, then he was by himself, then he teamed up with Malachi Black to take on Cody Rhodes, and then after that he had his assistant. He brought in he bought the family compound with the Butcher and the Blade and Private Party. Then he brought Rush in, and we thought they were going to be an unstoppable tag team, and then they just did nothing, which sucks because I think they only built them up so Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks can get a win over them. That's honestly why they got like elevated, was because they were, you know, fodder for the Elite. But that's a story for another time. But yeah, apparently there's this big problem with Sammy Guevara. This isn't the only time Sammy Guevara has been in hot shit, you know. Remember, Sammy has problems in the past. Literally around 2020, 2019, he had that problem where he said he wanted to assault Sasha Banks. So yeah, Sammy Guevara, he's problematic. He's talented, but I don't think it justifies him being this, you know, egotistical or this problematic. If Sammy Guevara stays, which is probably gonna happen, I want Sammy Guevara to win the TNT title. Now listen, you might be saying, well, you want him to get the win over Wardlow? Of course not. I want Wardlow to stay strong. He should be the Goldberg of AEW. I don't know why he's like not being showcased. They should be the Goldberg of AEW, and he should win through probably a triple threat or something. Have Wardlow, you know, entangled with another feud, so that takes priority over the AEW title, TNT title. And Sammy Guevara has the title, and he has so much hatred that someone like a Jungle Boy or Ricky Starks can come in and save the day. A babyface Ricky Starks, bro, babyface Ricky Starks comes in and beats the hell out of Sammy Guevara, who everybody hates. You already created a star with Ricky Starks, you know. So, you know, that's my thoughts on the whole situation. Sammy Guevara is enemy number 1 in AEW right now. You know, I saw this one sign that says AEW needs HR, and honestly, Tony Khan, you need it, because the fact that you did such a good job this week with a great show, but it's being overshadowed by Sammy Guevara and his problems. It's not that's gotta stop, bro. I understand that there are some things you can't control, and the other guys are adults, so why are they fighting to begin with? You're the boss. You need to remember that you're the boss. You need to handle this stuff, and apparently he isn't, you know. So that's my take on the situation. Yeah, see ya.